A busy night tonight. We got the Bald Eagles podcast. Me and Tone going on at 8:30. But I wanted to get on, running out and picking up some food for my wife. Uh, so I just decided to record in the car. Um, but I wanted to talk about because the news just came down that Dianna Russini resigned. So, and the one thing I was thinking about today, because I saw another guy, and this is another dude. I forget what his name is. Um, he's the guy that's on with Dan Lebitard all the time. He used to be a GM. I think he used to be a GM out of Marlins or something like that. I can't remember what his name is. But he was on there talking about the same thing Lebitard was talking about, why he hadn't talked about it, why it was, basically saying because they have a personal relationship with Dianna Russini. They friends. So, they don't want to throw their friend under the bus and everything that goes on with that. And I understand that. But my thing is this: had that same energy every time a professional player gets in some trouble, but the circumstances are sketch. They don't have all of the facts. It's all hearsay. They don't have an official report, things of that nature. Because if you are a player, you get crucified by the court of public opinions with the quickness. So all I'm saying is the way everybody didn't know how to talk about the situation, didn't want to talk about the situation, that was a friend, this, that, and the other. I totally understand that. But all I'm saying is have that same energy when it comes to these football players, baseball players, basketball players, all these other professional sports where they get into some type of trouble, but everything is still sketchy. The facts are still out there. Nothing has been proven. Everything is alleged. Everything is allegations. Have that same energy. I've said from day one, she grown. Her and Vrabel was doing grown folks things. Don't get it twisted. Because if they wasn't, they would have had their story together. They had the families behind everything. It would not have gotten. And you don't say nothing. You don't say nothing. They had that combined report or combined statement or whatever that situation was, but it sounded suspect from then. And you can put two and two together, right? You don't know what was going on that resort. And the people that say, it's possible, and I heard what Shady said it's possible, and all I'm saying is if you are married, and put yourself in that situation, if you are married and you are at a resort with a female spending quality time, that's a problem. So it is what it is until they prove that it's not. And in a situation like this, it's too easy to prove what it's not because they were there and they've already been discovered. You know what I'm saying? They've already been discovered. So there's no sense in trying to hide the situation because you got a PI there, and then come to find out all these other pictures get posted. So this dude was making his rounds, getting them from different angles. Got him at, he had to walk close by because he must have had the damn camera in his breast pocket walking through the restaurant, and he saw him at the bar together. So it is what it is. But again, whenever Dianna Russini decides to start her own podcast, that shit gonna be through the roof. So she gonna be all right. She been in the game long enough. She been, her husband is an exec at Shake Shack, I believe it is. So I'm going to guess that they are not missing any meals. You know what I'm saying? Now, is she still in the house? And now you get into the relationship questions. That's her riddle to solve. That ain't my problem to solve. Everybody got these receipts about all of the stuff that she done said about her husband. And granted, it was tongue in cheek and it was in jest, but Sometimes there's just a line that you ain't supposed to go behind. And again, I've said before, all of that stuff she joke about her husband being average and all them jokes, to me, them just jokes. To me, what got me was on a radio station with Brian Mitchell, she openly called herself a MILF. MILF. Y'all know what that means. If you don't know what it means, Google it. She went American Pie on him. And I was like, wow. Because if a man had called her that, he gets fired. So maybe she was about that life. I don't know. All I know is she came out today and resigned, and I saw her resignation letter. She posted it on her Twitter page, on the Dianna Russini page. So she wanted everybody to see it, and she'll be fine. Somebody will scoop her up. She'll get another job, and guess what? People will be clamoring to see what she's gonna say next, good and bad. She has instantly become polarizing, if she wasn't already, because I guarantee you, with her history and everything that was going on in Tennessee, everybody knew she was the person to break the stories. So they knew she had a relationship with Vrabel way back then. And it was probably somebody that thought it was a little suspect way back then, but you just didn't have the evidence to call it out. Well, now they do. And when you innocent on something, when it's not you, when somebody lying on you, you're going to expend that energy to let everybody know that that wasn't you. Whether it's proven or not. How many people come out and say, I didn't do it, really didn't do it, but a court says otherwise? They got the wrong guy. Spent 5-10 years in jail, wrongfully accused. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. So, at the end of the day, she got to solve this problem. So do I feel bad for her? Not at all. I just found it very, very funny. All of these people that do this for a living, the journalists that do this for a living, everybody was skirting around, walking on eggshells on what they didn't want to say because they didn't want to get into the salacious and all of that kind of stuff. And I was like, man, that's real convenient when it's one of your people. But when it's Stephon Diggs, when it's Deshaun Watson, when it's somebody else, man, y'all got the knives out with the quickness. So, hey, keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying. Keep that same energy when you want to tiptoe around the issues. When it's one of us, when it's an athlete or something like that. Even still to this day, Mike Vrabel ain't catching no smoke. Mike Vrabel ain't catching no smoke. They bitching about him because he missed the press conference. Big deal. In the big scheme of things, when camp starts, everybody gonna forget about that damn press conference. And it's gonna be somebody at camp that's gonna press him on the issue. What are his thoughts on Dianna Russini? And you probably know that when he go, how when you go to, well, maybe you guys don't know, but a lot of times when they have press conferences and things of that nature, there is a handler that'll go around and he's like the MC before the press conference. And he will let everybody know, hey, this is the order we asking the questions. He's like the director. And a lot of times he'll say, do not ask no questions about Dianna Russini or you will be expelled. We will escort you out. These are the rules. These are the things that you can talk about. These are the things that you can't talk about. That happens all the time. And when somebody crosses the line, they politely mute their question. It won't be on any of the news or any of you got to get a gotcha moment and it's got to go on social media because it won't go on the networks or on the news. They do that type of stuff all the time. They will control the narrative, what you can and what you can't ask. And that is not uncommon. So I would expect that when he finally does go to camp, they're going to try to keep it about business as much as possible. Somebody going to manage to sneak a question in. Whether it's to him, whether it's to his players, they do that shit all the time. They're going to get some rookie that don't know nothing about nothing and pepper him with the questions and look for him to try to make a mistake. But I just want all of these reporters, all of these journalists, keep that same energy the next time one of these players gets into some trouble and y'all don't have all of the facts. I want to see how many of these shows, how many of these people are going to talk about, I don't know how to approach this. Am I doing it the right way? Should I say anything? She's my friend. I don't want to add on, throw fuel on all of that kind of BS. I don't want to hear none of that noise, because when it's one of your folks, you got every convenient excuse not to talk about it. All of them. If you was associated with ESPN or The Athletic or one of them podcasts, they was mum on it. Didn't nobody say shit. And then when they did say something, it was like they was tiptoeing around the issue, or you was pulling teeth trying to get information out of them. And I'm like, it's real simple. It's real simple. If a player had done that and a player had been caught in that situation, school's out. School's out. If Dianna Russini had been caught with a player instead of a coach, that player would have been suspended, and the thing that happened to her would probably have happened the same way. Probably have happened the same way. So, it is what it is. I understand how the sausage is made, and I understand how they do that, but I just thought it was very interesting how you keep, the same networks, the same resources that you would go to get your information. All of a sudden they tongue-tied because it's her. Nah, that's bullshit. Especially when they real quick throw us under the bus. So, hey, what's up, everybody? I'm just looking at the chat because I'm on my phone and I'm in the car, so I ain't really had a chance to stop and really get into the comments and stuff like that. So, but I wanted to get on here and kind of get my 2 cents in about that. I just thought it was real funny how it kept going and going, and I'm like, man, they usually don't have this type of problem to talk about folks. Now it's like, oh, woe is me. I don't know what to do. The dude that talked, I saw today, somebody knows his name in the chat. The dude on Dan Le Batard, the guy that used to be the GM for the Marlins. Because he was a GM and he was experienced in negotiations and things of that nature, he was killing the WNBA when they was going through their CBA. He was killing the Players Association. He wouldn't shut up about it. And now they don't know what to say. That is hilarious to me. So, but that's it. I done finished my ride. I've been we've been going for about 12 minutes. Yeah, that's all I wanted. I just had to get that off my chest. So, because I'm mobile right now, I don't know how quickly this is going to load. But if you in there, I appreciate everybody in the chat. I got to go pick up the food. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're on mobile, make sure you hit that hype button. And come back tonight, 8:30. Me and Tone going to talk about the Eagles. They're going to talk about the press report. Going to talk about A.J. Brown. Going to talk about Sadiq, the tight end we looking at. Zach Ertz. All this type of stuff. So it's going to be Eagles talk tonight at 8:30 with me and Tone on the Bald Eagles podcast. So definitely come through, check us out. And I'm about to pick up dinner. And I will see y'all later on tonight. Appreciate y'all. I'll let you later. Peace.